Hello students, welcome to RDBMS online classes. In this today's session, I would like to explain about the concept of SQL operators. Now, RDBMS software can support how many types of operators? In this today's session, we will discuss. Okay, now let us start our session. Okay. Explain various types of operators used in SQL. What is an operator? The SQL reserved words and characters are called operators. In previous classes, nothing but in your previous semesters, in the second semester already you have learnt about operators concept in C programming language. In that, operator is different, but here operator is different. Almost all operators are same, but the word is pronunciation is different. In that C programming language, an operator is a symbol that produce a logical results or a mathematical results. But here SQL reserved words and characters are called operators. SQL reserved words and characters are called operators, which are used with a where class in SQL query. Actually, all operators we can use along with where class only. Okay. So here in this RDBMS software, in this database related softwares, operator is a reserved word. Operator is a reserved word and some reserved characters also we have. Okay, so now let us understand about the how these reserved words and characters are working like a operator. Now in this today's session we can understand. In SQL, an operator can either be a unary or binary operator. Unary, a binary operator. What is the difference between unary and binary? If an operator can perform a logical or mathematical operation, compulsory two operands must and should be required. Two operands. Carefully observe. Here x plus y, x plus y. So here plus is an operator, but x and y are operands. Nothing but x and y are operands. Plus is an operator. So carefully observe, all of you carefully observe here. In SQL, an operator can either be a unary or binary operator. The unary operator uses only one operand for performing the unary operation, whereas the binary operator uses two operands for performing the binary operations. So if you want to perform the addition operation, so two operands required or not, x plus y, this type of operation is called binary operation. Unary operation is nothing but if any operator can perform on only one operand help. So nothing but minus x. So here minus is 1, minus is 1, minus is 1 unary operator. Because of this minus operator can perform the operation with only one operand. Only one operand. Understand? What is the unary and what is the binary? If any operator can perform with any operation with the help of two operands, then it is called binary operator. Then binary operation. And if any operator can perform with the help of only one operand, then that type of operator is called unary operator. Got my point? I hope you understand about this. Okay. Now let us understand about the types of operators. How many types of operators we have? SQL operators are categorized in the following categories. There are 5 types of operators. The first one is arithmetic operators, and second one is comparison operators, third one logical operators, fourth one set operators, fifth one unary operators. Fifth one unary operators. Arithmetic operators are what here? Arithmetic operators are used for mathematical operations on a numerical data. On numerical data such as adding or subtracting. So carefully observe. So these plus, minus, multiplication symbol, division, modulus. These 5 operators are arithmetic operators. So these 5 operators are we can use on only numerical data. Only numerical data to perform a mathematical operations. Okay, carefully observe. If A holds 10, B holds 20. If A holds 10, B holds 20, then A value becomes 10, B value becomes 20. A plus B is nothing but, it is arithmetic operator, nothing but A value 10, B value 20. These two are numeric related operands. Numeric related operands. So that's why the result will give like this, 30. That result is becomes 30. 10 plus 20 is what? 30. Like that, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. These 5 operators are, total 5 operators, arithmetic operators are, can perform the operation on the numeric objects. Okay, numerical data. Right? So now, I hope you enjoyed this arithmetic operations concept, because of already you know about this concept in the previous semesters also. So not more than that in this. And next one is what? Next operator, comparison operators. Comparison operators. Comparison operators also already you have learnt in the C programming language in the second semester, but now here also we have to know one more time. A comparison operator is used to compare two values. A comparison operator is used to compare two values and test whether they are the same or not. Whether they are the same or not. So now let us understand about the types of operators, comparison operators. Equal to operator is one of the comparison operator. Next, not equal to. Next, greater than. Next, less than. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 types of comparison operators we have. So here I have given the description and also example. Just please concentrate on this. A equal to B. So A value is what actually? Previously we have discussed that A value is 10, B value is 20. So 10 equal to 20 is true or not? Is not true. Nothing but it is a false. False statements also we can represent is not true also. Okay? Got the clarity? True or false? Not true is also equal to false statement. Not false is equal to true statement. So all of you please understand this one. A equal to B means A value is becomes 10, B values becomes 20. So both operands values are same or not? Not same. So that's why is not true. This expression is not true. Nothing but it is a false expression. Next, not equal to operator. A value is what? 10. B value is what? 20. A not equal to B. Yes, it is obviously correct. A not equal to B. A value is 10. B value is 20. Both values are not same. So that's why this is true. Okay? If both values are different, then that is false. If both values are same, then that is false. Here the both values, A value is 10, B value is 20. Both are not same. So that's why the expression is what here, what operator we have used in between these two operands. In between these two operands, which operator we have used here? Not equal to. That means a value is 10, b value is 20. So 10 not equal to 20. That is true statement, na? A value is 10, B value is 20, 10 not equal to 20. So it is a correct statement. So that's why the result will produce this expression is true. Okay, right. Next, greater than checks if the value of left operand is greater than the value of right operand. If yes, then condition becomes true. A value is what here? 10. B value is what? 20. A greater than 20 is not true. A is biggest value na, compared to B value? No, B value is 20. A value is 10. So compared to this A and B value is the biggest value. A is not a biggest value. So that's why A greater than B is not true. If it is A less than B, then the condition becomes true. 10 less than B. Yeah, it's a right statement. It's a right expression. A value is 10, B value is 20. So 10 less than 20 is true statement. It is a correct expression. So that's why the result is true. Greater than or equal to. Here greater than or equal means if the value equal to, if the value is biggest or if the value is equal to, then it will return the true statement. A is 10, B is 20, A greater than or equal to B. So that is not true. Even that is not a big and also not equal to. A value is not equal to B or A value is not greater than to B. So this expression is also wrong. So that's why the result is not true. Okay, that means false. That means false. So same expression here also. Okay, less than or equal. So till now we have completed about the arithmetic operators and comparison operators. So the next operator is the next type of operator is logical operators. The logical operators in SQL perform the logical operators in SQL perform the Boolean operations which give two results, true and false. These operators provide true value if both operands match the logical condition. So before what we have discussed, comparison operators. In comparison operators, at a time only one expressions we are checking. At a time only one expression we are checking. Okay? But in logical operators, at a time we can check more than one condition. More than one condition. So what is the difference between relational operators and what is the difference between comparison operators and logical operators? In the comparison operators, we can check only one condition. We can check only one condition, nothing but x greater than y. Okay, this is one condition, but this is comparison operator. Okay, so in single expression we can use only single operator, but in logical expression at a time two conditions we can check. Here what is this AND operator now? So AND operator we can use here, but in C programming language just simply we can use the AND symbol, but here a word we can use AND operand. AND word is also work like an operator in RDBMS Oracle software. So here y greater than z. Okay, so this is also one of the expression. If this condition is true and also this condition also becomes true, if these two conditions will satisfy with the AND operator, then it will produce the result as a true condition. Otherwise it will produce a false condition. Okay, right. So x value is what? X value is 10, Y value is 20, Z value is 30. So now the value here X greater than Y means 10 greater than 20 and y value is what? 20 greater than 30. So carefully observe 10 greater than 20. That means it false. It is false. 20 greater than 30. So this is also false. This is also false. So these two conditions false. Then the output is also in false. So at a time, two conditions it will check. So in this place, we can check the username. In this place, we can check the password. If these conditions true, then we can produce the result like this. Carefully observe one more example I am explaining for you. Username equal to Siva. Password equal to Siva. Okay. So these two are my credentials. Now I am using the expression. Username and PWD. This is my expression. PWD, this is my expression. Here two conditions now. This operator is logical operator. Carefully observe. Username is what? Siva. Now I am entering the value is Siva. And after that, and the password I am entering at wrong way. Nothing but Hari is my password I am entering. Okay? I am entering the wrong password here. Then what is the value? It is true condition. Username is equal to match and Siva Siva. Okay, true condition. And end operator. Here it is false. So then Hari is not matched na. Password is what here? Password is also Siva. But here I have mentioned password as a Hari. So it is a wrong password. So that's why it can produce a false statement. Totally, what is the result? The page will open or not? The page, web page. My Gmail account, if I enter the wrong password here, if these two conditions are not satisfied, end operator functionality is what? This condition is also should be satisfied and this condition is also should be satisfied with the true condition. Then only the account will be open and the inbox is also available to my account, right? But here username is correct, then true condition, but password is false condition, then page will not open. Then what it will show? Error. What it will show? Error. Please enter correct password. Okay, this type of error it will show for users. So if I entered password is instead of Hari, carefully observe. Now I am entering instead of Hari, same password, original password I am entering, Siva. Then this account is true condition. This account is also true position. True position. So username is also correct and password is also correct. Then end operator, two conditions is satisfying. Two conditions are satisfying with true statements. Then this error will not show for us. This error will not show for us. Automatically account will open. Automatically mail account will be open. Okay? So like that. Carefully observe here. Now I am showing one thing. Facebook account. Facebook is also work with the end operator. So here email and password. If email is correct, then password is also required. Email and password both are correct. Both are in true position. Then only the login is successful. Otherwise, if anyone is wrong, then login failed. If both are wrong, login failed. If both are correct, then login success here in this page. So end operator is also work like that. Okay, so like that, how many types of logical operators we have? All is one, and, any, between, exists, in operator, like operator, not, or, is null, unique. So these many logical operators the database software can support. Okay, each and every operator can have the different functionality. Okay, right. Next, set operators. Just try to accept how many types of operators we have, where we have to use this one. So at this time you please try to concentrate on how many types of logical operators we have. So just I have given end operator examples. In the practical session we have to know about remaining all things one by one. Okay, next, set operators. Set operators are combine the results of two component queries into a single unit. Already in 10th class you have learnt about the set operations. Carefully observe. Now I am opening set operations. Sets in mathematics. Sets in maths. Sets in maths. Now I am showing some diagrams for you. Just try to concentrate on this. So carefully observe this diagram. A intersection B, na? Like A union B, A minus B, these types of operators available in the sets concept. Already we have learnt about this concept in 10th class, right? So now here also we can understand about all those things. The set operator is nothing but it is a combine the results of two component queries into the single unit. For example, carefully observe. Now I am opening SQL Plus window. Now I am connecting system database. Yeah, it has connected. Now I am creating the tables. Create table T1. My table name is T1. ID number 2. ID number 2. And name varchar. Varchar 2. 20 is create table name. T1 is already existed, so that's why draw nothing but T1 with the name of T1. The table already created in my system, so that's why this type of error is showing for us. Now I am deleting the table. Drop table T1. Okay, table dropped. Again I am executing the same query. Okay, table has created right now. Now I am creating the one more table. I am inserting the data. Insert into T1 values 1. Name is X. Okay, this is my first record, and 2. This is my second record. So how many records I inserted in this table? T1 table, 2 records I have inserted. Now I am committing the data. Yeah, the data has permanently saved in my hard disk right now. Next, I want to create one more table. Create table T2. The table name is T2 and table name is T2. Same ID name we have in this table also. Yeah, T2 table is also created. Now I am inserting the data. T2 3 Z. Okay, next 4 A. So 2 tables data I have created. Now I want to see select star from T1. So this is my T1 table data. Next, select star 1 T2. This is table 2 data. How we need to combine these 2 tables data into a single output? How we need to produce? How we have to produce this one? By using set operators. Now I am using select star from T1 union operator. Union operator is nothing but it combines all the data. Okay, union all operator I am using right now. Again, select star from T2 semicolon. Carefully observe. T1 table contain two records now XY. T2 ZA 1 2 3 4. So in this output, with the help of union all operator, the two tables data we can produce like a single table data. So like that we can use the set operations. We can use the set operators. So set operators functionality is what? Set operators combine the results of two component queries into a single unit. How many types of set operators we have? Union all, intersect, minus. So if you want to know the functionality about these four operators, then simply search in Google. Just you can do the revision because of already you have know about this concept in 10th class. Somebody forgot about this concept, but that set operators functionality is to combine the data, to extract the data from one table to another table, like to intersect the data, to minus the data. Okay. So these operators functionalities perform on the operations on the data sets. T1 table 1 is the one data set. Table T2 is also one of the data set. Two data sets we have. How we can combine? By using set operators. How we can extract? By using set operators. So union is combine all the data. Union is also combine all the data. Intersect is extracting the data from one table to another table. Minus means, so intersect is nothing but it is a what are the common records we have in that common records it will produce like a output in the two tables. Minus is nothing but from first table to second table, whatever the remaining records we have, that records data it will present on the screen. Next, unary operators. Already we have discussed about the unary operators concept. If unary operator is nothing but if any operator can perform the operation on the single operand, then we can call like a unary operators. There are three types of unary operators: plus, minus, bitwise not operator. Okay, these three are unary operators. Okay, operators concept is over. Next, what is the use of SQL? Types of SQL commands. This is next concept. Actually, what is the use of SQL? SQL, widely known as SQL structured language. Actually, SQL full form is what? SQL stands for structured query language. And structured query language is also having one more name. Already widely noun and name this one. Already widely noun name this one. SQL. SQL is also one of the name to the SQL. SQL. Okay. Sequentially query language. That means or structured query language. Structured query language or sequence query language. Both are same. Is the most popular standard language to work on the databases. It is a domain-specific language that is mostly used to perform tons of operations. Nothing but huge amount of operations we can perform on the database, which include creating database, storing data in the form of tables, modify, extract, and a lot more. Nothing but if you want to create the database, first we need to collect the database and need to create the tables. After that, we need to insert the data in the database. So after insertion is over, after permanently saved in our system, the total database, then that database we can use in different ways. Okay, if you want to modify or if you want to extract or if you want to share the data from one person to another person, and we can perform a lot of operations by using SQL. Okay, that is the importance, that is the use of structured query language, nothing but SQL. Okay, there are different versions of SQL. There are different versions. MySQL, different types. These are not a versions. Okay, these are not a versions. different types of structured query languages: MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQLite. These are different types of structured query languages, database related languages. Databases, not a database language. These are different types of databases. But company to company, different we have. The SQL commands are mainly classified into 4 types. The SQL commands actually create the command, insert the command, select the commands, select the data. So these all are we are using simply now. So that type of commands are classified into 4 categories first. The first one is DDL, data definition language. DDL stands for data definition language. DML stands for data manipulation language. DCL stands for data control language. TCL stands for transaction control language. So DDL commands are, here I have given one diagram for you to understand purpose. Just simply you can see that one and try to understand what are the commands we have. DDL means create command, alter command, drop command, truncate command, rename command. DML means select command, insert command, update command, delete command. DCL means data control language, grant, revoke. TCL means commit, rollback, save point. TCL means transaction control language. Okay, transaction control language. Transaction is nothing but if you want to create the table or if you want to insert the data for one particular person. So after insertion is successfully over, then the transaction is completed. Data insertion is also one of the transaction. Data giving the permission and take back the permission is called also one of the transaction. So by using TCL commands, we can control the transactions. Okay, to avoid loss of data. So these are types of SQL commands. In the next class, I will explain about the DDL commands very briefly with practical knowledge. So all of you please get ready for that. In the next class, I will explain that. Thank you very much. Today I am going to ending this session. Thank you, ma'am.